of all the shit clubs in the land, our run had to come to an end against those shitty Gooners. How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a match reaction for you for the Arsenal versus United game, which finished 2-0 to the aforementioned shitty Gooners earlier on today. Sorry for the late video, lads and lasses. Had some shit I had to attend with earlier, which couldn't be avoided. So unfortunately, I was only able to watch the first 60 minutes of the game, and then I had to deal with some shit. So I've had a shit day, compounded by the fact that United got beaten by the Gooners. So not a happy bunny over here. Very disappointing result, obviously. Just to lose to Arsenal at any time is just is completely disgraceful. But obviously we've been on an incredible run. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done incredible things with this United side in the short space that he's had us. So it's nothing to do with Ole Gunnar, this result. I mean, I think that maybe we started the game off in the wrong formation. The first opening part of the game, we didn't look too comfortable whatsoever. Arsenal were getting in and penetrating us. But still, United did create chances. You know, Romelu Lukaku's hit the bar. Should have put that one away, Romelu. Let's be honest now. But even so, I thought that once we mixed things up and changed back to sort of more familiar territory, we looked better. But all credit to Arsenal. They did a good job of creating some chances of their own, and obviously they did get 2 goals. But let's be honest now, lads and lasses, 2 shy goals. Okay, now just hear me out. Okay, the first one, David De Gea has just had an absolute De Gea mare. You know, a complete double De Gea mare. I don't know what was going on there. I do know what's going on. He just got completely wrong-footed. He got caught off guard in there, and he's just moved to the left. All of momentum's going that way. The ball's coming across him this way. So then he's obviously got to try and reset his feet, and then use the ground to project himself into that direction. But unfortunately, he couldn't do that, and he just sort of fell to the ground in the most miserable fashion you've ever seen a goalkeeper do. So that was very disappointing from David De Gea. You know, he is an incredible goalkeeper, the best in the world. All goalkeepers make mistakes, and when they do make mistakes, they are highlighted because they obviously do lead to a goal. So, but we'll give him a little bit of slack on this one because he has been so incredible for us and he wins us so many things. But sort your freaking self out, David, okay? Looked a bit dodgy last couple of games in PSG. End of the game there. Just got to hang on. You're freaking flapping at it, pal. I don't want to see that, okay? But generally, Manchester United, actually, I thought they played decent. Like I said, I only watched the first 60 minutes live. I've caught up with the highlights since. And I think that based on what I've seen anyway, I think we were a little bit unlucky in the game, but all credit to Arsenal, who did play well, who did create chances, who were always a constant threat. You know, Aubameyang up top there, and they're definitely a threatening side at the moment. It's just annoying that they've been able to leapfrog us now, and and obviously get themselves back in the top 4. Arsenal and top 4, that just does not go together, okay? It's like freaking gravy and rice, or chicken and bubblegum. They just don't go together, do you know what I mean? So I think Arsenal in the top 4, enjoy it while it lasts, lads and lasses. Any Gooners watching, I know Alex runs in the house probably. He's probably loving it. Yeah, in fact, I know you're loving it, Alex. Fair play to you. Good result. You're in the top 4. Enjoy it while it lasts, pal. Although you have got a favourable run in. But Manchester United have had some serious momentum behind us. Confidence was high. This result, let's be honest now, it's a hangover. It's a hangover from the Champions League in midweek where, obviously we fought back and we pulled off the incredible, came back from 2-0 down in the first leg to win the game there 3-1 on the night. I mean, it was incredible. Obviously, the legs have been taxed. And don't give me this Arsenal playing in the Europa League against frickin' Rennes, and losing the game. That doesn't count, okay? It's not the same. But anyway, I do think the amount of time that these players get to relax, especially Manchester United in this situation, this moment in time with the injury problems that we got, so many first-team players out. And it was quite a strain on the side today against Arsenal. You have to make that clear. Like, they They did good. Arsenal did a good job. They were favourites going into this game, probably because of the midweek exertion that Manchester United had in the Champions League, and also the injury problems we have right now. And they lived up to the billing. They managed to get the result. It's a huge result for Arsenal. It really is. It's a blow for us, because I was thinking everything was going right today. Chelsea's dropped a couple of points there. Spurs the other day, bottom dropping it. This was our opportunity to get the win, get a little bit of daylight between ourselves and the likes of Arsenal and Chelsea, and also get on the same level points as Tottenham Hotspurs, which would have been absolutely incredible. But as it is, it didn't work out that way. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling on big time on this one. So I'm just going to say to everybody who's tuning in live right now, thanks for stopping by. I know it's late. I know, obviously, you're used to it, having videos immediately after the game. Wasn't able to do that today. Usually I will be able to. Normal service will be resumed on the channel straight away after games. As soon as final whistle's gone, I will be here on the channel. But today, it's a little bit late. You're just going to have to cut me some slack on that one. But yeah, everybody who is tuning in, thanks for stopping by. Do us a favour, smash us a like on this video if you are in here. Get your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. I'll be diving into those very shortly. I'm sure there's some very gloating gooners in here tonight, and of course all the usual United legends. Thanks for stopping by. Let's drown the sorrows, okay? But still, 9 games on the bounce away from home, new record that we set with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before this. It had to come to an end soon. At some point, you can't keep it going forever. United's form's been incredible. I believe the last game that we lost in the Premier League was in December with that Portuguese goblin in charge. So I think he's done pretty well. I think United have done pretty well recently, just to be able to get to this stage in March before we've lost another bloody game. I mean, it's pretty damn impressive what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's done, and what the team's done, what Fiona's done, the players have done. They stepped up to it. We've changed. We've evolved. Even today, we've lost 2-0. But I tell you what, if you go and you look at the extended highlights of this game, you will see a shitload of chances by Manchester United. Unfortunately, we couldn't convert them. Lukaku's hit the bar. Fred's had a good shot from distance in the first half as well, which smashed off the post. Fractions in this game, if one of those goes in, it completely changes the complexion of the game. Let's get on to the talking point in the second half, which is, of course, Arsenal's penalty. A lot of debate about this one. I mean, I'm sort of indifferent on it. I'll be honest with you. I'd love to say that it definitely wasn't a penalty, but you definitely seen them given. I mean, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, that wouldn't have been given, because you were allowed a bit more contact in those situations. You were allowed a bit of a barge or a bit of a shove, but not so much now. And of course, he simulated it to a degree, but Fred's knocked in there, and you can't deny there's a little bit of contact. He's gone down like he's been shot, and of course, he's won the penalty and put it in the back of the net. Now, in my opinion, it's a bit of a poor penalty to give. I think it was a bit of a weak penalty, a bit of a soft penalty, but at the same time, if it was the other way, we'd probably be saying it was a stonewall penalty. So there you go. The penalty happened. They put it in the back of the net. They got the 2-0 lead and, of course, won the game 2-0. So fair play to you, Arsenal, but it just didn't quite go our way. Maybe fortune has been with us a little bit recently. So, it was bound to happen at some point when we flipped the coin that we were going to come up with tails. So fair play. Not our day. Manchester United need to pick ourselves up from this one. Ole Gunnar said it afterwards. It's how we respond. It's how we react. We need a positive reaction now. So I think that's just what we need, what we expect to see from the lads. I mean, we've been so incredible recently. Champions League obviously took it out of us midweek. We've got incredible injury problems at the moment anyway, having to play different sort of a system with certain players that maybe wouldn't be getting in there if the squad was fit. Let's be honest now. And I know Arsenal do have the same sort of situations with some injuries, but at the end of the day, not to the extent that Manchester United have. So you were lucky, Gooners, that you met us at this time after you sissied out to Rennes, and you went there and you lost 3-1. I think it was 3-1. And us and Manchester United obviously went over there and we fought like lions. And we got through to the Champions League, if you remember what that is. Quarterfinal. So, that's why you've beaten us right now. Now, to be fair, lads and lasses, all credit to Arsenal. I hate to say it, but they did a good job today. But it's only because United were overexerted. I said it. Right. I'm going to go back and read a whole bunch of your comments now. Everybody who's taken the time to put comments in, I appreciate it. I'm going to go through them now. K comments, we sucked at finishing today. We had a good number of chances. Thank you for commenting. K, love your letter of the alphabet. May I say that? Yeah, I think you're right, though. I think we did create chances. Like I say, if Lukaku could hit a barn door from 2 yards away, he'd stick that chance in the back of the net that he smashed off the crossbar. But other than that, fair play. They didn't put it in there. That's football at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how good you play. It doesn't matter how many opportunities you craft for yourself and how dominant you are with possession, that sort of stuff. What really matters is sticking the ball in the back of the net. And the fact is, Arsenal did that twice today, thanks to a calamitous David De Gea, bit of goalkeeping, and a soft penalty, if you like. So, but at the end of the day, they won the game. Alkan Mahmood says, Pig, give me a shout out. You've just got it there, Alkan. Alkan Mahmood, shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. Stephen Seven, how you doing, Stephen? Comments, gonna have to change your name if you've converted, Pig. What? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Anyway, Scott Houston says, Smalling was decent, can't blame him. No, fair play. Alex Rudd, we just wanted it more and got a bit lucky. Alexis Rudd, hello to you, sir. Congratulations on your victory today. I must say that. Thank you for moderating the chat. Much appreciated. And, congratulations. That's all I'm going to say to you. I think that Manchester United on another day, maybe at another time, we are a better side than Arsenal right now. That's my personal opinion. But you just caught us at the right time. That's all it was. Jack and Brad Gaming, how are you? De Gea off day. Lukaku missed chances. Wrong penalty decision. Still tried to attack. Fair points as well. And I like the directness of the play that we're playing. Getting a lot of balls into the box. A lot of runners down the wings. And, making a lot of forward runs. And I think that is something that you have to take your hat off to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Mike Phelan for, because it's a stark contrast to what we were like previously under the old manager, of course, and we were shocking and we barely created and we were not direct at all. And United should always be about that directness. It should always be about that attacking and trying to score and entertain. And we still did that today, even from getting a 2-0 loss. And I completely agree with what Gary Neville said. He said it's not about the results at Manchester United. It is more about the mentality or how you're going about it, how you're approaching it, the spirit of the side, the fact that it's never say die, the fact that you're always trying to go for it and score, and there's a certain level of intensity and effort that is put in from the players and from the manager and everybody involved, but obviously the players out there on the pitch. And I completely agree with that. And Ole Gunnar has brought that back to United 110%. It's not even about the result today. The intensity is still there. We are united. That is, play on words, but it's true. We are united again. Fans, players, staff, whatever you want to say. It's a complete united front at the moment. And we are seeing the benefits out there on the pitch with the performances we've had. This is a blip, obviously. We need to recover from this one and bounce back. We will, because we have the baby-faced assassin in charge, the super sub, the super coach. Scott Houston says, Pig, that shot was crazy. Are you talking about the shot for the first goal, obviously, where David De Gea has been wrong-footed? I mean, I don't really think it was that crazy, man. Listen, I used to be a goalkeeper. That's what I used to be. And there is a lot of times when it just takes a fraction of a second when somebody's getting ready to have a shot from distance or whatever, and you maybe read it slightly differently. You set yourself to the left or put your weight on your left foot, and then the ball comes the opposite direction. And because you cannot get back to that point where you can push off the ground and clear and cover the ground in order to get there, it means you have bottle jobbed it, lads and lasses, okay? And that is what David De Gea did today. So that shot was shite, okay? It wasn't a great shot. It was a bit of a chicken dipper, whatever. But David De Gea, the goalkeeper that he is, the great goalkeeper that he is, he should absolutely be reading that better. He should absolutely be positioned better at the time, be ready for the shot from distance, be prepared, to be in the right position in the goal when he needs to be. But no, he's caught wrong foot. He's caught to the left side. It's a shitter of a mistake from him. It is, which, so I'm going to blame David De Gea for that one, okay? Northern Nightmare comments and says, De Gea never makes mistakes like that. He's not a robot. Pen wasn't a pen. It happens. No major crisis. Well said, Northern Nightmare. I do think that David De Gea, of course, is the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. Certainly the best shot stopper. And he's just an incredible talent. And he's entitled to an off day. He's been so good for us for so many seasons, getting player of the season every single year, saving us 15 to 20 points every single season, whatever which way you want to look at it. It's an insane amount of points that he has won Manchester United on his own over the last few years. And sure, another goalkeeper would do that, another top quality goalkeeper would do that, but not quite as many as David De Gea would have done for that Manchester United side, because he's been pivotal for us in saving us a lot of the time. Certainly under the previous couple of managers when we were getting peppered a bit more from teams. So yeah, I think he's entitled to an off day. It didn't happen it doesn't happen very often, does it? Like you say, never makes mistakes. He's not a robot. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Even the ultimate goalkeeper, to me, Peter Schmeichel, who I still think is the greatest goalkeeper that ever lived. And obviously I wasn't around to see the likes of Banks, Gordon Banks and stuff like that back in the day, although my dad used to tell lots of tales about him. And, certain other Yashin and all these people, and of course all the goalkeepers of my generation. To me, Peter Schmeichel was the best goalkeeper of them all. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But even he made some serious mistakes. All goalkeepers do. You can't help it. All players make mistakes. The difference is when a striker makes mistakes, he misses, like Lukaku did today. But when a goalkeeper makes mistakes, it leads to conceding a goal, and that obviously is just worse. So yeah. Mr. Armes 2001 comments, was wondering where you went, Pig. Yeah, sorry, obviously I try and get on here straight after the game. Wasn't able to do that today, but I certainly will be getting back to doing that next time as usual. Alex White comments and says Leno was crazy today. Yeah, fair play to that German goalie. Obviously he's pretty decent, but that's another sort of position over the years that Arsenal definitely needed to strengthen. I thought Cech was the man. But you're talking about post-smashed in the face Cech here, not pre-smashed in the face Cech. I think pre-smashed in the face Cech was better, but post-smashed in the face Cech, he's worried about getting smashed in the face, so he's not quite as good. So anyway, before that, Almunia and a whole bunch of other bottlers that Arsenal have had really ever since Seaman left, pretty much. So you had what was that German man, freaking Jens Lehmann. He was good actually, but anyway. That's a problem area for Arsenal. If Leno can be that man, then who knows? Arsenal, like you were saying when I spoke to you the other day, Alex, Arsenal are a couple of players away all the time. So you just need to plug these holes. You can see Liverpool obviously plugged a hole of a defensive problem that they had when they bought Van Dijk, and they obviously plugged a goalkeeping problem that they had when they got Alisson. So you can see that a couple of top quality players, and you are just closer to filling in that jigsaw puzzle that is a football club. So I think that Arsenal are slowly doing that. Obviously, the new man's just come in. It's a transitional season. I think that the manager actually at Arsenal deserves a lot of credit, really. I know we're all absolutely praising Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it is incredible, the start that we've had. But their manager, it's sort of like a slow burner. They could finish third. They actually could. I mean, I still think we're going to finish above Arsenal, and we will finish third. That's my personal opinion. But Arsenal could finish third. And when you think about the season that they had, maybe the start and the bit of a dwindle and then coming back on, and the fact that it was such a major change from losing Arsene Wenger, or not losing Arsene Wenger, getting rid of Wenger after all those years, and obviously a new man coming in, and it takes time. It's a transitional period, bedding in period. Players have to come in and come out, and they've got to learn a new system and new coaches and all that stuff. It's a massive upheaval of a club when a manager who's been there for 20 years leaves. So I think he deserves a lot of credit for the job that he's done over at Arsenal. And Arsenal, if they do finish top four, that would be an amazing season for them. It really will. It'd be an amazing season for us if we finish top four as well, based on the start we had with Jose. Not at the start of the season. That should have been our minimum objective. But up to Jose's gone, and since Ollie's come in, I didn't think we were even going to get in the top four, but he somehow has magically managed to get us back on the right track and winning lots of games, and this is just a blip. But yeah, Arsenal, man, top four, who knows? They could just cement that this season, and if they did plug the holes like I was saying that they're always a couple of players away from, then next season, who knows, they could actually be somewhat of a force, I suppose, Super chat here from K YouTube. Thanks so much for super chatting in here, buddy. Or maybe it's a woman. Or you could still be my buddy. How sexist of me. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, his comments that says, beat Man City so we win the league. Thanks. Yeah. Are you a dirty... This is dirty scouser. Anyway, no, thank you very much, Kay. Appreciate the super chat there. I will take your job centre money, so I appreciate it. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I mean, I really don't want Liverpool to win the league. I'd rather Man City win the league. I hate both of them. Man City are scum. Liverpool slightly more scum. You've got to go with City, don't you? You've got to go with City. Plus, City have been successful recently, and so it's not quite much of a bitter blow that they won it. It was a bitter blow when they won their first one recently, but not now that they have been successful, because they have been a bit of a machine last few years. But Manchester United, you know, we can certainly have a say in what happens between now and the end of the season. But I certainly do not want Liverpool winning the league. Mark Singh comments, I know Leno can be great in a few years. Yet got a good lot of praise for Arsenal's goalkeeper on here. He does seem talented, so I'll give him that. Niscontex comments and says, Saints and Gunners have exposed Smalling last 2 games with him. It'll be like LVG, Moyes and Moo again. Well, it's funny you should say that. But Smalling actually was probably our best player one season under Louis van Gaal. So, you know, I don't know if you remember, but he actually was awesome for one season when the rest of the team was shit. He was pretty damn awesome. So I've actually been quite impressed with his recent form. He's looked a lot better, a lot more confident, less errors, still has an error in him, still isn't the most soundest centre-back or the most intelligent centre-back in the world. But I think he's got a job to do at Manchester United now. I actually wouldn't have said that a short while ago. But I think we do need certain players in certain games that can come in and hold themselves in a certain way and can represent United and have that experience at the club. But maybe you're not going to put him in there in Champions League semi-finals and stuff like that. But you are going to put him in there against teams like Southampton or other games. You do need players like that. We need our John O'Shea's and Wes Browns just as much as we need our Vinic's and Ferdinands, really, because there's so many games, there's so many competitions. And if we're going to challenge on all fronts, then we need good quality in all positions. Yeah, we'd love to have 22 starting quality players that could start in the big games. You know, maybe you could argue maybe City do sort of have that. Which is why they're such a force. But Manchester United, you can't deny that he's been a bit of a servant. Whether you want to say he's been shite, and he has been shite for a lot of games, he's still put in some good performances for Manchester United, and he still can do a job in the squad. Would I be sad if he went in the summer? Absolutely not, because I would hope that we bring somebody of a better quality in. But would I be sad if he stays in the summer? I also wouldn't be, because I think he's still a useful player to have around the club. Ephraim 1980 comments and says, we always bounce back. You're absolutely right. This is United we're talking about. Munich air disaster, 10 years later, win a European Cup. Go on, Alex Ferguson comes in. We go on, and after a barren spell, we go on an incredible run, 26 years of success, basically. So we always do bounce back. Look at this PSG fixture. That sums up Manchester United in 180 minutes. Super chat here from Adel Varuk. How's it going, Adel? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, for fuck's sake. Comments says, Pig, do us, brackets Liverpool, a favour versus City, please. Oh, for Pete's sake, man. No, thank you, Adel, for your super chat. What's going on with these generous scousers? That's not something that, those words don't usually appear in the same sentence together. Generous and scouser. But in this occasion, we've got a couple of Scouse super chatters now. I hope I've really not offended all you guys, actually. Just a bit of banter, do you know what I mean? I appreciate you Scousers and you City Scummers and all you Gooner fiends coming on the channel. I really do. It's all just banter. It's football at the end of the day. You've got people coming on, running on the pitch, twatting Jack Grealish in the face, Smalling getting pushed on all this shite. It's like, come on. That's not football. Let's be honest now. Football should be, a gentleman's game, really. A game that is played hard but fair anyway. It's a working class sport originally in England. It's a rough and ready sport. It seems to have prissied down a little bit over the last few years. Let's be honest now. It's not as rough and ready as it used to be. But still, you should be playing hard but fair. And I've totally forgotten what I was even talking about. But thank you very much there, Adel Farouk, for your super chat. And obviously we do want to beat City. That's the thing. It's not like we're not going to... We can't have a say in the league title race with we're not going to try and lose that game. We're absolutely going to win that game. We need to get top 4. We have to beat City. We have to let the other fixtures work themselves out and hope that Liverpool absolutely bottle it. That's the facts. What would you rather? Would you rather Manchester United didn't finish in the top 4, or would you rather that Liverpool won the league, basically? Liverpool win the league, United finish in the top 4, or we finish outside the top 4 and City win the league. It's kind of like just a complete shit sandwich, whichever way you look at it. So, Yeah, I'd go with the lesser of two evils, which is City, I suppose. Loving you guys tuning in, by the way. I didn't think anybody would tune in. We've got over 100 peeps tuning in right now because this obviously is hours after the game finished. For which, if you're only tuning in now, I must apologise again for my tardiness, but I wasn't able to do it until now. But yeah, absolutely gutted about the Gashtastic result today. I really am. It's such a bitter blow, man, losing to the Gooners. I just hate the fact that our run ended to the freaking Gooners, man. You know? Shaju Khan comments and says it was a pretty even game. Unfortunately, we didn't take our chances. Yeah, I'd say that's a fair point, Shaju. I mean, and Arsenal maybe had a couple of fortunate goals. I know, Alex Ryan, you probably disagree, but there you go. You know, if David didn't have a complete De Gea mare, and if that penalty wasn't given, or maybe there was VAR and they could have looked at it again. But then again, I have seen them given before, and you just can't really, you can't contact people in the box like that in this day and age. There's too many prima donnas who are just going to roll around for the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon de Floor, the Fallon de Floor. That's what I meant. Super chat here from Ian Maxwell. How are you doing, Ian? Thank you for stopping by and super chat here. You've commented and said, we still don't need Pochettino. Ollie's at the wheel. Absolutely, Ian. Pochettino do one. Please stay at Spurs. Please stay at Spurs for your mediocrity. People were praising Pochettino. I was as well. He was doing a tremendous job. But just recently, it's like they could actually finish 5th or something this season and do a classic Spurs melt job. Couldn't they? That could easily happen. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I still think they are the 3rd or 4th best team in the country over the form of the season. But they could actually finish 5th this season and just completely melt, or 6th even. So, yeah, well, probably not 6th, but yeah. I don't want Pochettino. Pochettino's done a great job at Spurs. He did a great job at Southampton before that. He does seem like a very good manager. But we've got to give it to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. He's proven in the time that he's had that he knows this club, he gets this club, and he can improve this club because he has done better than anybody else in the world would have done who could have possibly come in. Nobody else who came in would have gone on the run that we've been on, upset the odds like we have upset, and just turned it around. And I know it's easy to say that, but I truly believe nobody else in the world would have been able to do it better. Are you telling me somebody else could come in and just and maybe not lose that first game against PSG and not lose this game against Arsenal? I mean, with the squad, with the injuries we've had, with the position we were in when Jose Mourinho left, nobody else could have done that. So to me, Ole Gunnar has rightfully earned his chance to be permanent United manager. Sign him up on a 3 or 4 year contract, whatever. Absolutely do it. Give him a lot of money to spend. Don't do like a David Moyes situation where you're like, we don't really want this guy in charge, so, you know, or we don't fully trust this guy's experience or whatever, so we're not going to give him 200 million to spend. No, I want the money to be given to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this transfer window so he can improve the side markedly, so he can go out there and get some quality players in. You know, that's what this club needs. I mean, he's improved us. We already do have some seriously quality players. I'm just talking about improving certain positions. So Pochettino, anybody else in the conversation, Zidane or whoever, absolutely not. At least give Ole Gunnar the opportunity to manage Manchester United. And I'll tell you something, like I was saying at the start of this video, it's not about the results. It is about the mentality. It's about how we're approaching it and the spirit, like Gary Neville said. It's exactly about that, being a Manchester United fan and watching this football club. That's the history, that's the tradition. We need somebody that's going to strive for that tradition. Jose wasn't that man. Would Pochettino be that man? I'm not so sure. Probably he'd be a lot more open to changing and doing it his way. And he obviously does like to play attractive football anyway, with good sound defensive base. So he would have been, you know, before Ole Gunnar came in, he was the man really. Pochettino would have been the ideal candidate to come in and take over. But since Ole Gunnar's come in and just been the complete baby-faced assassin that we always knew he was, as a manager, just like he was as a player, come in and saved our season, then you've got to give it to him. I don't want to see anybody else in the hot seat next year. It just 100% has to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the baby-faced assassin. Super chat here from Alex Rincon. How's it going, Rincon? Thanks for stopping by. Commonson says, today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Alex Rincon. How old are you, mate? I would like to know, but happy birthday to you. Genuinely hope you're having a good one. Everybody else, wish Rincon a happy birthday in the comment section, okay? Because this man is a legend. He's always supporting the channel, always very positive. And everybody else in here who does that all the time as well, in any which way you do it, whether it's sharing things on social media, whether it's commenting all the time, whether it's interacting with me, whatever you do to support this channel, you're a bunch of legends. But yeah, thank you, Alex. Happy birthday. He says, I got drunk at the pub and now I'm puking. Glory, glory, Man United. We've always been there. You know, we've all been there, Alex Rincon. Where we've gone out, we've had a little bit too much, we've been a little bit too adventurous, maybe mixed a whole bunch of stuff. I once went into this bar, I think it was my 18th birthday, right, or 19th birthday it was actually. Went into this American-style bar, this was in the UK, and I got something called a toxic waste, right, which was like just basically a cocktail of shots of all different crap, and then I just added like a whole bunch of shots of Sambuca and other shit, and it's the most disgusting drink you could ever possibly imagine, but I downed that. And I tell you what, I felt pretty good for a while. And then later on, I could understand why it was called toxic waste. Put it that way. It was messed up. So I'm totally with you there, Alex. Happy birthday. Don't overdo it, though, man. You know, don't overdo it. But thank you so much for your super chat. And I hope you do have a really good birthday there, man. Oh, unfortunately, United couldn't get the victory for you today. Right, guys. We've just approached the 30-minute mark on the video. Like I wanted to say earlier, I'll say it again, apologies for not getting on straight after the game, wasn't able to do it, but I love every single one of you guys who's tuned into this live stream right now, hours after the final whistle, to come in and listen to what I've got to say. Don't know why you guys do it, but I appreciate that you do. So do us a favour while you're in here, before I go, please smash a like on this video, give it a share on social media. Also, one favour I would like to ask of you all before we go is to go to footballbloggingawards.co.uk and nominate me to be to win an award, or to be nominated for a category, which is Best Vlogger at the Football Blog Awards this year. If you could do that, that'd be awesome. I mean, I don't really, you know, obviously there's a lot of people out there with a lot more subscribers than me, but if the Bacon Brigade could come out in force, who knows, maybe we could just get a nomination or something. So please do that. Footballbloggingawards.co.uk. Alex Rudd with a cheeky super chat at the end here says, good night, Pig, catch you soon. Thank you for moderating, Alex Rudd. Thank you for being a gentleman as always. Thank you for not gloating too hard about Arsenal winning the game today. Fair play to you, know. Congratulations. Enjoy it while it lasts. That's what I will say. But yeah, thanks as ever for tuning in, man, and always supporting. Too much information now coming through. Alex Rudd, I was shit-faced on Christmas and messed up my friend's toilet. And that's it. We've all just opened up a can of worms now. We're just sharing wasted stories. I've got a wasted story before I go, actually. It's pretty messed up. So this was, I believe it was the millennium, possibly the year after the millennium, right? So New Year's Eve. And I've got absolutely shit-faced drunk, right? As you do when you're a young teenager. And at that age, I'm about 14 or something. So I can't really handle my booze particularly well. So I go to sleep at a party at my friend's house, gets all messed up. I go to sleep. I just basically go in a room. I feel the world's spinning around me. And I wake up a couple of hours later and basically in darkness with people shouting at me, right? And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then it turns out that I had puked all over this extension cord that was just like next to this mattress on the floor that I was sleeping on, and it just fused all the electricity in the house. So that's a pretty good puke story for you, isn't it? And what's more messed up about it is that where I started in the room was like a good 10 feet away from where the extension cord that I puked was. So I don't know what I did, whether it was a cruel job I was looking for. Anyway. I shouldn't have told that story, should I? You know, that's it. You've got it out of me, lads. Too much information at the end here. Right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. You've cheered me up. Everybody in here has cheered me up because I was feeling pretty damn low before this video about United and just some other shite. So yeah. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in and watched this video tonight. Do us a favour. Smash. I've already said that, bollocks. You know what to do. Follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you could vote for me in the FBAs this year, that'd be absolutely awesome. You can also tweet it. The information I will put on my Twitter very shortly. I haven't had the time to actually do it, but I will do that soon. But to everybody who's tuning in, thanks so much for watching. Have yourselves a really good week. Even you Arsenal fans and Scousers out there, we hopefully will beat City. That's obviously the aim. We need to cement ourselves in top four and forget about what happens at the top of the league. But anyway, have yourselves a good one. Take take it easy. Oh, shout out to Susan Havrilla tuning in. Absolute legend on Twitter. Check her out, Susan Havrilla. Thank you for tuning in on the channel. James Mellier, iPoddy24, Bobs, James Mosgrop, all you usual legends, RBB. Love you guys. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Take it easy. Shame United couldn't get the job done today, but like I say, it had to come to an end at some point. It's been an incredible run. The momentum has just been completely pure. It's been back to United, back to the tradition that is United. Ollie Gunner's at the wheel. It feels absolutely amazing. This result's not going to change that. This is hopefully a one-off. We need to react from it. And I believe that this United side, with the coaching staff that we've got, with the positivity surrounding the club, I believe we will do that. Anyway, I'll see you soon. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United. Take it easy. Have yourselves a good one. Come on, United.